Good afternoon and good evening. Well, and I guess we have to try it all over again because the puck's already gone up out of play. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome in to Dale Fisher Arena here at the GFL Twin Rinks in beautiful Devon, Alberta. It's the home of the Canadian Crown, the home of NAX, and for this weekend, it's the home of Trick Shot, sports production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us here. As Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of this incredible crew, happy to share in this game with you wherever you find us from. BWC, the Burnaby Winter Club, from out in the lower mainland in British Columbia, taking on Illinois. Two teams ready to rock and roll. BWC, it's going to be interesting. This will be their second contest of the day, and it likely would have been as well for Illinois after they were scheduled to play this morning, but had some issues in their flight itinerary getting out here. So some delays caused them issue getting out here on time to be present for their opening contest. So that game has been rescheduled to tomorrow night at 7:30 on the Zender Rink. 7:30 Mountain Standard Time, I should say. But here we are as Illinois, hot off the press, out onto the rink and ready to get going in this Canadian Crown. And BWC playing in their second game of the day. We'll see what they are made of endurance-wise here. As the opening onset here for our third of 4 games here on the day for Dale Fisher at the Canadian Crown. Lots of physicality early on in this contest as BWC dropping their game earlier this morning at the hands of Shattuck St. Mary's. As we have a look back, it was a 7-2 final in favor of Shattuck over on Zender Rink early this morning. A 9:30 Pacific start time to that one. As Illinois now trying to take that opportunity up the near side. It's knocked back towards their half of ice. BWC dump it in and they'll give chase. Opportunity heavy collision around the outside. As interference going to be called against Illinois. So Warnick went in heavy to try and go after that loose puck, was taken out by Ryan Tumilty. So Tumilty going to be in the sin bin. And coming out, Rangel Jesswain alongside Ethan Ramsey and company as they look to come away with this opening power play opportunity. Starting netminders, Anthony Ranieri for Illinois. And on the other side, looking like Mr. Jordan Bigelow, wearing number 31. Knocked away at the line from Lima. Tracking back for it will be Logan Chang for BWC. As BWC look to work their way into the attacking zone, stopping up near side. Lima threw it off the skate of Zapala. Towards the line, tried to dangle his way around the player. Ran into some resistance as they'll bring it across the center, poked away from the stick of Ryder Bowie. Near wing side as they work their way in. Chang around the outside. Ranieri checks the far post. Gibson up to the line. Round the near wing for Lima. To the middle, that one's tipped high, up and out of play. As BWC, again, we talked about the endurance going to need to be of the utmost importance for them here in this game as they manage their shift length and their intensity in this, their second game of the day. So Chevrolet set to take the draw, going up against Ethan Cartadinata. Chevrolet wins it back. Zamaitis in on that one as well as Cloherty. Round the near side. Heavy collision with Theo Falk in the corner as they'll come out of it Does Carpenter. Back to the line across the far side. Again, BWC on the power play here. Fan on the pass across. Here's a chance out the other way. Danielwick's on the right wing side. Takes the shot high and wide. It'll ricochet off of the boards and down towards Illinois' side of center. As Domas Zamaitis will send that one all the way down to Bigelow. It'll stop and go in behind the cage as BWC send it rink wide. Entering the zone, far side. Carpenter takes the contact against the wall. An opportunity now for Zylas Gabriel. Gabriel trying to work his way around the outside. Holds onto the puck as he shields it into the corner. Back up high to the line. Shot through traffic. Knocked down before it could make it to the goal. Now covered up by Bigelow. As that was the opportunity there. Mr. Gregory Drivas taking the shot from the line. Able to send that one through traffic. 12 seconds left on the man advantage for BWC. Early opportunity on the man advantage. Can Burnaby find a way to capitalize? Near wing side for Ty Warnick. An opportunity into the attacking end. Rowan Stacy. Stacy centers. It's under the glove of Ranieri. Tried to poke it free, but play already frozen at that point, so no opportunity at it with 16:03 left to go in this opening frame. Still one game to go after this as St. Albert will take on just slipped from my mind immediately. There it is. St. Albert's going to take on UCC. And it was a team playing their second game of the day. As the shot ricochets wide, goes over to the far wing. The long travel day yesterday to get over from Vancouver Island to the mainland and then fly out to Edmonton. So bear with me as this day gets longer in the tooth. Here's a chance for Illinois working into the attacking zone. They'll play it through. It comes out to the neutral zone. Tracking back for it is Illinois. As Levi Freeman out there with Domas Zamaitis. Zamaitis left wing side. Trying to shield the puck and take it around to behind the goal. Dropped it off in front of the cage. Nobody home. Coming across. Back for it will be Zapala. Zapala to the right wing side. Nearly gave it away. Zapala was Zamaitis. Now right wing feed. Getting in across the line. Kenny Kim. Dumped it in around. Heavy check by Chang. It'll reverse to the opposite side. Another big hit coming across as Illinois throwing the weight around right now. Here's Lima to the middle. Knocked down, never made it through. Cleared out to the neutral zone, and tracking back for it will be BWC. Rice and Barker. Spinning around was Gibson. Saucer pass up the middle. Into the attacking zone, and offside was Logan Chang, who is joining the rush with Wyatt Lowther. As Lowther, the product of Maple Ridge, BC. Again, BWC predominantly featuring talent from the lower mainland area, but still a lot of other players coming from all over the place. As Hayden Carpenter from up in Prince George in BC. They've got Rice and Barker from Port Alberni. So still featuring some players from other geographical areas of beautiful British Columbia. Through traffic, tipped up over top of the goal, and that will be up and out of play. And of course, on the side of Illinois, they've got players from all over the place. Another one of these fantastic American sides that have come up to the Great White North for this Canadian crown. Bishop Kearney, Shattuck St. Mary's, also coming north to take part in this one. So BWC waved out, and in to replace will be Hayden Carpenter. One back to the line, across, one-timer through traffic, never made it through. As Zamaitis and Ryder Bowie going to get a piece of it as they tried to reverse D to D. Bowie spins around onto the backhand, plays it down low to Carpenter. Carpenter, near side, he'll play it up to the line, kicked and held on side. Through traffic, knocked down, Chevrolet flips it forward just out of the reach of Benjamin Swenson. Swenson chops at that one, tried to feed it back in front. No dice, knocked away by the defense. BWC. They'll chip and chase off of the far side, dumped down to the ice. Physical play there from Zamitis. Played off the wall, kicked and held in by Chang. Drevis sends it around the other side. Deflected off a skate. Here's Chevrolet once again. That one missed the stick of Benjamin Swenson. It'll go the distance. As now Illinois trying to do the old switcheroo and see who they can manage to get out onto the ice. Not going to get very far with that one. As coming back out onto the ice, going to be a couple of tired bodies. Drevis, Anderson, Swenson, Chevrolet, and Zamitis on the far wing. Fresh legs for BWC to try and capitalize. Heavy physical play against the end wall. Good effort there from Julian Nelson. Near side, players come together. Back of the line it goes. Into the corner, centering feed. Nearly finds Nelson on the far side. Nelson played it down low. Trying to help him out is Theo Falk. As Chang played it back to the line. Wrist shot through traffic. Tipped wide of the goal. Falk off the back of the cage. Tried to knock it free the near side. Big check. Coming through was Julian Nelson. Chang. Far side, it'll bank up high. And taken back out to neutral ice by Matthew Sutherland. Sutherland gets back into the attacking zone. As jumping up is Cloherty. Alongside him is Gabriel. Gabriel to his left, a wrister blocked. Follows up, down low. Cloherty tried to center, paddled away. Another one shoveled in behind the cage. Gabriel feeds it to the line. Wrister wide of the goal. Rebound on the near side and didn't get all of it as the netminder was out of position. Here's a counterattack. 3-on-1. Gibson carries in, shoots. Blocker saved by Ranieri. Gibson with it again. Another one whistles it wide. BWC will chip it ahead to the attacking zone. Round it goes far side. As Kenzo Gibson will chip and chase into the attacking zone. The captain of this BWC squad following up as the puck on the far side. Chipped to the line, not out. Up the boards. Warnick over to get a piece of it. Glove down. And they'll call a glove hand pass as BWC, the first ones to touch up on it. So we welcome you into Dale Fisher. Down to about 11:47 left in this first period. As Illinois able to get their first game under their belt, taking on BWC, who will be playing their second. Across it goes as that puck backhanded into the Illinois zone. Zapala with it at the far circle, across to the near side. Abraham tried to play it up the far wing, no dice, brought into the zone. Here's Gibson, Kenzo Gibson. Played it off of the boards to the line, shot through traffic, tipped. Ranieri there, and he's able to get his glove on top of it. Gibson in the area trying to dig for that loose puck, but Ranieri finds the loose battle. You can see there, right as the whistle goes, Gibson trying not to be too late. Illinois not going to bite on any kind of retaliation thus far. Good physicality in this game, but not a whole lot of chippiness. Kim on the far wing, onto the backhand, took the contact and lost the puck. BWC, here's Chang. Chang through traffic, another save for Ranieri. Lima and Zamitis as Lowther tried to levy a check. As the pass off a skate following up was Gibson. Gibson to the far circle for Lima. Now Lowther. He'll tag it off the boards. Kenzo Gibson down low, battling. Comes away with a puck. He'll send it up to the line. Then gave it away to Ramsey. Pass up the middle. Out of a reach of a couple of players there is Ryan Tamilty. In on the forecheck. Lima lost it. Here's the chance from distance. Bigelow gets the save. Again, the fans and scouts out in droves for this Canadian Crown. You can see them in the background of the shot there, wrapping all the way around the end glass. And also lots of fans sitting in the seats available here at Dale Fisher. Again, this is the older of the two barns within GFL Twin Arena here in beautiful Devon, Alberta, the home of NAX, the gracious hosts of this Canadian Crown. BWC Give and go along the wall. Bowie spinning around. As Bowie to the line. Wrister tipped into the glove of Ranieri. Ranieri has looked solid here early on in this one as the Illinois netminder. Getting the glove to work its magic a few times already here in this first period. Danielwicks, Cloherty, close. Chevrolet wins it back. Freeman will send it off of the boards. Bowie to Ewell down low. Taken out against the end wall. Bowie in there to help support. Cloherty guarding the front of the cage, held into the line. Banked off the boards and a physical check at the blue line on the right wing side. BWC through traffic. Here's a shovel attempt that's stopped by Ranieri. Coming in from that far side and backhanding it in is William Simpson. Bowie reverses down low. Ewell leaves it for Carpenter. Carpenter off the wall, through traffic and wide. Lots of opportunities coming from distance here for BWC. Bowie, centering feed, tipped wide. Coming in off of the line once again was Simpson. Round it goes near wing. Following up, 9:23 remaining here in the opening period. Ewell takes the contact from close. BWC keeping that puck hemmed inside Illinois territory. Simpson holds the line again to Nelson as Cloherty cuts him off. Chevrolet in the area as well. As that puck will finally work its way out to neutral ice, but it doesn't get there for long. And then Illinois is able to follow up and send it down below the goal line in BWC territory. A little bit of reprieve as they get some fresh legs. They'll say that one hit one of the gloves of the Illinois players on the bench, so that is deemed out of play, and they will restart from the neutral zone. So Shattuck St. Mary's and CIHA, the next game scheduled to go on the other side. That will be a 5 o'clock start. And then there's one last game going on over there at 7:30 here tonight. So Zender and Dale Fisher about a half hour separated from one another. As Zapala. Cartadenitis on the far side. Shot goes wide of the cage. Cartadenata in on the forecheck once again. Alongside Falk. Cartadenata opposite side. As they'll ring it around the wall, there's Patrick Anderson. Anderson looking to shovel it against Chang. Can't do it. That'll flutter over top of the goal and hit the window. Stays in. Near side, Cartadenata down low for Nelson. Nelson, pass intended for the right point. Was tipped away. A foot race for it. Swenson going after it. Coming across to knock it away was Ryson Barker. Chang to the backhand on the far side. A chip and chase play into the attacking zone. Back for it first was Zylas Gabriel. Gabriel with speed. Gabriel gains the blue line, right side circle, tried to get around Chang and shoveled it in behind the goal. Gabriel to the line near side, tried to drag it through as Gibson was able to poke it away but couldn't follow up. Here's Gabriel. Pass to the right, they'll take it right up the middle. Here's a wrister from distance into the glove of Bigelow. It's Rangel Jesswain able to get a hold of that opportunity from distance. But Bigelow, the glove is there, and it is working wonders. Still a 0-0 game, 7:19 left to go in this first period. This game looking for its icebreaker. One of these teams got to have it in them. We'll see which side it is. Up the middle they go. As that puck works its way down, Ranieri chipped it towards the top of the dots. Here's Tamilty. Tamilty, pass intercepted by Lima. Played off of the wall as back forward is Zamaitis. Zamaitis off the boards, chipped far side for Jesswain. As Gibson trying to knock it away, no good. Played ahead by Ramsey. Tipped, and that's into the bench area. Got to keep your head up no matter where you are on the ice. 6:48. Both teams given some good opportunities either way. Right now, I'd say Burnaby Winter Club is the team that has had the lion's share of the grade A's so far. Anything that's been down towards Bigelow has been fairly routine. Another look just outside the blue line here. As Carpenter unable to win that one back, Tumilty gets the win. Zemaitis in behind the cage. Carpenter goes right after him. Zemaitis going to pull away. Domas Zemaitis, nice move to the forehand, runs into resistance. As that puck will slow up at the Burnaby blue line. Tried to play it forward, a backhander and a double hit there. Little BWC sandwich, and then right back after his man, but the puck was nowhere to be found. Might have got away with one there. And only one referee, 2 lines officials in these games at the Canadian Crown. Might see some games with 2 officials as we get closer to the playoffs. Zapala off the end boards, then a give and go back to the near side sent by Freeman. Zapala off the wall as Barker with it in the neutral zone. He'll send that one into the attacking end. Ranieri able to get a piece of that one with a glove. Comes over to the near side, Zapala. Far side, Kenny Kim. Kenny Kim off of the wall for Freeman. Backhanded, but didn't go far. Then it hit the lines official. Burnaby looking to capitalize. 5:34. BWC looking to pull it through. Zapala and Chevrolet combined to send it off the wall. BWC holds again. Burnaby doing an excellent job of keeping this extended play alive in the attacking zone multiple times in a row. Kenny Kim finally able to break it out for Illinois, gains the red and dumps it in. As that puck will ring around the bottom side of the boards and come around near side. Coming across, BWC get the steal and off they go. 2-on-2 over the line. In, a snapshot off of the pads of Ranieri. Thought about a wraparound with a netminder on the near side, never was able to pull the trigger. Carta Donata. Down low and behind the cage, taken out against the end wall by Chevrolet. As Cloherty played it through to Abraham. Piece of it did Ayala. Carta Donata in on his man near side is Abraham. Played to the line, held in, shot through traffic, goes wide left. Logan Chang tried to get through on the far side, left the puck behind. As they chip it to the wall, it does not get through. Over to Ayala. Right wing feed and into the attacking zone. Chasing after it goes Daniel Wicks. Following up on Chang, who played it up the middle. Nice move by Gibson. 3-on-2 for BWC. Gibson shovels it to the middle. It's knocked away by Zemaitis. Domas Zemaitis. Solid defensive play here in this opening 20. Intercepts another one there. Gibson nearly able to kick it forward. Carta Donata feeds Kenzo Gibson. Had it in the skates, couldn't settle it down. Close. Left the puck behind. As then Gibson hoists it in, glove down, as Ramsey looking for Domas Zemaitis, back through to Gabriel. Gabriel winding his way in over the line and then taken away by the defense, chipped forward. BWC looking to counter. BWC far side in, Rister stopped by Ranieri. Comes out to the near side as Gabriel threw it to the middle. Warnick kept it onside. Down low, BWC. Stacy backed in. Warnick over there to support as well as Carpenter. Reverse to the near side corner. Chasing after it is Stacy. Coming in off the line was Simpson. Simpson battling down low as Gabriel and Ramsey there to provide support. Ramsey knocks down the centering feed. It'll come around left wing side. Another pinch by BWC. Warnick going to work his way down low and try to keep it alive. Pardon me, Lowther, I should say, as Zemaitis building speed. Zemaitis to the outside. Followed up and sent off of the wall by Patrick Anderson. Centering pass knocked down by BWC. The chess match continues here as Freeman checking his options, leaves it back for Zapala. Zapala going to his left, forced to get onto his backhand and use the net as a shield as Lowther in the area. Pass ahead intended, but intercepted as Lima gets a stick on it, sending it back to Illinois territory. Zapala, a forward as Tumilty chips it around a man and dangles through a second. Plays it to the left wing, dropped it back to a teammate and then gave it right back. Right wing side working his way down low. David Zapala, centering pass into the pads and held on to by Bigelow. 2 minutes left in the opening 20. From here at Dale Fisher, it's been a fast-paced game so far. Not a lot of nonsense and not a lot of stoppages. So Illinois able to get out here to the Canadian Crown and finding themselves in competition for the first time here today. BWC, despite having the contest earlier today, still looking in high spirits, both attitude and energy-wise. As Zapala played it to the right wing side. Here's Lima taking advantage. Pass from his knees, broken up. Held in at the line. Sent off of the window. Centering feed, no good. Turn, fire, wide of the goal out the near side. Pinching in was Chang, able to stop that clearing attempt. In the corner, near side for Nelson. Left wing play for Freeman. Pass up the middle. Zapala will tip it away. Taken down as they follow it up. Here's Chevrolet. Chevrolet through traffic as they get the glove on top of that one. BWC have to try the defensive zone draw. And this game just looking for its first. Can almost feel it with all the opportunities that there's been both sides. Not a lot getting through to the cage. There's been players sacrificing the body left, right, and center to get down in front of these opportunities from distance. And so far here, it has been all opportunistic. Neither team able to truly capitalize. Bowie and Cloherty come together. Gibson in behind the cage. Survey says he'll send it back in front off the pad of Ranieri. As Gabriel tried to play it to the middle, goes off a skate. Here's BWC again. Gibson tried to center, saw a man streaking to the goal. Bowie centers, came out in front loose briefly. Gabriel hits by Ewell as Gibson steps into one. He'll dump it back into the zone while his teammate tagged up. Drivas drives in behind the goal, comes out the far side as the backhander then goes below the goal line again. Bowie comes to pick it up as here's Gabriel. Gabriel gains the red, gains the blue, left side, drag move, just lost control of it as he tried to reach forward. What a move that could have been. BWC try to feather a pass through. Here's a chance for Carta Donata. Played it through, and tied up was Carpenter. Couldn't get the stick down to the puck. 10 seconds left. Do we have another buzzer beater in us here on Dale Fisher today? 5 seconds left. Falk banks it to the line. BWC shot tipped, and Ranieri the save right at the buzzer. Scoreless through 20. The opening period come and gone here from Dale Fisher. These sides finding opportunity aplenty, but neither able to truly capitalize. As we welcome you in to the broadcast booth, the Crow's Nest up in the corner here at Dale Fisher. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot Sports Production that does not miss. Happy to be here for another edition of the Canadian Crown. This time, it's the U15 Elite here in beautiful Devon, Alberta. This is the home of NAX and the Devon Extreme from the Alberta Junior Hockey League, and they have been very gracious hosts at that for the Canadian Crown over the years, and it's another jam-packed U15 Elite. Of course, this tournament, very, very important as this age range, players are starting to think about getting drafted into the CHL and other big leagues across North America. So for these players to come out and showcase their best in front of all of the bright lights and prying eyes, the scouts are out aplenty, and the fans and families have traveled very well also. It's been an exceptional feeling here at GFL Twin Arena so far, and we're excited to see where it goes as the weekend continues. But that's the thing. Pressure is at a paramount. Here in these tournament-style games, we've heard it once, we've heard it before. When you talk to these players and the coaches, they live off of the excitement that comes from these tournaments, because not only is it an opportunity for these teams to get out on the road, to get a bonding experience for these players, it's memories that are going to last a long time for these kids, and it's an opportunity for them to showcase the intangibles as well too. How do they treat themselves and their teammates on the bus, off the bus, on an airplane if they're flying out to a tournament? It's a chance to learn a lot about these teams and these players when they put their best foot forward here at an event like the Canadian Crown. we have some wonderful interviews that we were able to get with different members of the WHL scouting community, be it some scouts, some assistant GMs. We've got a lot of them in the bank, and we want to share them with you, as obviously scouting is an important piece of the puzzle here for this Canadian Crown, with teams looking for the players that are going to help out the future of their franchises. Let's see what they had to say as the intermission show continues. How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Bobby Fox, the Assistant General Manager of the Medicine Hat Tigers. Bobby, thank you very much for taking some time out of, I'm sure, a busy schedule to sit down and have a chat.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No worries whatsoever. Of course, the Canadian Crown at this time of recording, just a few short days away. Hard to believe it's already here, and the excitement is palpable as the top U15 talent coming from across North America to partake in the Crown. How excited are the scouts to come out and see?
I know our scouts are excited. It's a priority event for us. You get to. It's essentially the halfway mark of the scouting season, and we're just looking for steady progression and make sure we got everything covered.
And for a tournament like this, you mentioned it's the midway point of the season, so you get to check in with players. What are some of the things that you guys are looking to check in about? What are some of the ways that players are able to stand out amongst the rest at this point of the season?
Consistency is huge for us. Like, we're looking and progression. We want guys like the WHL. It's a really hard league, and you guys have to constantly get better to have success. And we have our checkpoints beginning of the season, and halfway through the season, and hopefully in the provincial events at the end of the season. We're seeing a steady increase in terms of, things, what the kids can do is, just play with passion, show how much they love that this is going to be a competitive tournament. And it's perfect for us to see, who rises to the top. And for the kids, there'll be 2 games going on at a time. There's going to be multiple scouts there for the kids. They can't take a shift off, because you never know at what particular time what guy's going to be watching, what somebody's going to notice. A scout may be walking back and forth, and you want to make sure you make a good impression on every shift.
Definitely. Time is of the essence, and you have to be able to make most of the moment. And with this being a tournament format, obviously a chance to see a little bit of a different side maybe of these players and their performance, because it's one thing to look at a player in a regular season game, but an entirely other thing when the ante is upped in a format like this.
Yeah, I think you'll get 2 different opinions on that. There's some guys like I'll show up on a Tuesday night and, a rink in the middle of nowhere, and you want to see how a guy plays when there's nothing on the line. You want to make sure that every night he's bringing it. But obviously, every team in the Western League is looking to win a championship, and they want to see, which guy's game rises, and their competitive juices, who's really going and who's contributing to those wins.
No, you make some very good points there. And the last thing I got for you, you talked about the WHL being a very difficult league. In your words, what does it take to get to that level? And specifically in your case, what does it mean to be a Medicine Hat Tiger?
You have to be able to think the game. You have to, for us, you got to be able to skate. You obviously have to have that skill level. But again, Guys are built different in the Western League. Really competitive guys trying to find a way to get better. So, it's basically what you're doing when nobody's looking, to get better. And, lots of, whether it's shooting 1,000 pucks a day, whether it's, working on, maybe a simple thing is just box jumps or something to get your speed up, your explosive power up. So, it's one thing, and we're not looking for guys just to make the Western League. We want guys that are going to come in and thrive, and then sign pro contracts. So It's a process, and we're looking for guys with that growth mindset.
Fantastic, Bobby. Last thing, any final words or a message ahead of this big tournament?
Uh, not, not in particular. I just, it's, play your game, play your game within the team game. And, there's going to be, each team is going to have 4 or 5 staff members there watching. It's, it's what's your ability to, black that out, play in the present, and go after it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out for a chat, and we'll see you very, very soon at the Canadian Crown.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome back inside Dale Fisher at the GFL Twin Arenas as a wrist shot into the chest protector center of mass for Illinois netminder Anthony Ranieri. Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot Sports Production that does not miss. As Illinois and BWC, two teams looking to make the most of day number one here at the Canadian Crown. BWC dropping a 7-2 decision at the hands of Shattuck St. Mary's earlier today. Illinois was supposed to play St. Albert earlier today, but unfortunately ran into some issues with their flight itinerary, some delays, and they were not able to make it out in time to be able to play that early morning game here at Dale Fisher. So that game has been postponed till tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Zender Rink. So that will still, of course, happen as part of the round-robin play. But, of course, that means that originally these two teams were both supposed to be playing their second game of the day. But now Illinois does have that bit of an advantage going for them that they're fresher. But on the side of BWC, they've had a chance to get a game under them and see if they can keep their game legs moving. Ironed out any kinks from the opening contest, and that should surely give them the opportunity, just kind of battle lines-wise, game plan-wise. They already have a feel for how they're feeling at this tournament and an opportunity to keep that momentum moving forward. Face off far side from our perspective, as we'll see an opportunity for Silas Gabriel going up against Kenzo Gibson. As BWC, they're going to send that one right to the netminder so that they can cover up and get the fresh legs out onto the ice. They won the draw, and they just immediately sent it to the netminder. Or rather, did they also call a penalty on the play? It looks like they did, as Kenzo Gibson, after the draw, took down the opposite centerman, and he's going to be in the sin bin for a couple of minutes. So Carpenter, Barker, Bowie, and on that far side, that will be Matthew Sutherland. Illinois, an opportunity with the man advantage, mishandled it at the line. They'll track back for it here. Domas Zamaitis to the opposite side. They'll bring it up the middle, across the center ice logo, and they gain the zone, dumping it in off of the end wall. Far side to Milty, left it go for Chevron and company. Here's a look across to the near side. Daniel Wicks takes the shot, tipped over top of the goal. Zamaitis, opposite blue line, feeds it, and Carpenter able to knock it away and knock it out to the neutral zone. Bowie on Zamaitis as they curl back in their own defensive side. Dropped it back. Here's a look as once again Silas Gabriel. Gabriel into the attacking zone, taken against the wall, and then out of the reach of Tumilty as Zamaitis will drop back for it. A minute gone by on the man advantage here for Illinois. Zamaitis going to take matters into his own hands. Zamaitis tried the drag move. BWC crashed into the corner as Barker, and now Kenny Kim with it out the far side. Back to the line. Danielewicz loads, fires a blocker save by Bigelow. Glove down, touched by a BWC player. As that puck will escape to the neutral zone, Zamaitis taken down as trying to get around was Ewell, and that's going to be an interference call against Zamaitis. So interference against Domas Zamaitis, which that will nullify the final 34 seconds of the power play. We get a bit of extra space out there on the ice. 4-on-4 hockey for just over 30 seconds. Shots dead even at 10. Score dead even at 0-0. Still looking for the opening marker in this contest as we steamroll right along here in this second period. So taking the draw will be Carter Ewell. One back. As BWC, can they find the opening goal? Chang gets it back on a feed from Putacombe. Putacombe, off of the wall it goes. They'll trade places. Nearly gave it away. Here's a steal. Illinois, can they get a break? In behind the defense, in on goal. Kenny Kim scores! 4-on-4, Kenny Kim will score. Extra space out on the ice, and he will take advantage. Illinois are on the board. Fantastic stuff from Kim. So this game finally has its opening goal, as Kenny Kim is able to do the damage in transition. As BWC surrender the opening goal, it's a beautiful move by Kenny Kim. As Gibson is now out of the box, it is a brief power play coming here for BWC and a chance for them to try and find their way back on even footing. As the shot goes off of the pad, turn, rebound, deflected, and never makes it through on the second chance. Down to 60 seconds on the power play. Left wing side, back it goes to the line. Here's a look, deferred to the near side corner. BWC go back up to the line. Across from left to right. Lima onto the backhand, shielding, leaves it off for Chang. Chang centering pass into the middle, knocked away. An opportunity as Illinois now. One man to beat. Rister just missed wide. As Gibson tries to knock it away from close. And BWC. Wyatt Lowther to the right wing side for Lima. Lima into the attacking zone. In behind the cage, out the near side. Pivoting against the end wall under pressure is Thomas Cloherty. Against the boards is Gibson. Feeds it down the half wall. Lowther in front. Rebound over top of the cage as Ranieri swiped the leather at it. Out of the box, we're back 5 aside as Zamaitis will chip it off of the boards, but Putacombe able to send it right back in. Ranieri out of the cage as Illinois. D-to-D pass as they'll then give it away. Here's a chance. Left wing side. Rips one. It's deflected into the opposite corner. Tried to shovel it in front. No good. The defense shuts that opportunity down. 1-0 in favor of Illinois, courtesy of Kenny Kim. Off of the end boards. As the nice toe drag by Zamaitis carries to the top of the zone. Pass off to Gabriel. Gabriel holding, passing across. Tried to chip it to the middle as Barker intercepts. And to the right wing side, it'll go. Warnick was chasing after it. D-to-D now for Illinois. Bit hot to handle on the pass as dropping back for it will be Andrew Abraham. Bounces off of the wall, and Illinois a chance to break up the middle again. Backhand feed to the opposite wing, dropped it back. Couldn't cut to the middle cleanly as Nelson and Warnick trying to knock it away. Here's Barker, gloved it down. Has Simpson in the area. Barker reverses for Simpson. Watched by Gabriel. And it'll be chipped off of the boards and down. First one in on it is Theo Falk. Centering pass intercepted as Illinois look to go up ice. Stretch pass in front of the benches. Carpenter able to cut him off at the pass. Working their way up the middle. Sutherland drops back, as does Simpson. Illinois get over the line. Rister from distance. Bigelow the save and holds onto the rebound. As the opening goal of this one goes to Kenny Kim. As we'll see, I'm curious to see who they list online for the goal, because it looked like there was almost a bit of a jersey malfunction for Kenny Kim, as he's listed as number 8 in this game. And his arm number says number 8, but the number on the back of his jersey, I've noticed, now says number 9, which a wraparound attempt, Ranieri is able to shut that down. That was initially the number of William Chevrolet in this game. So I'm interested to see if and when Chevrolet gets back out onto the ice, if he's also got a number 9, or if he's got the jersey where the arms say 9 and the back of the jersey says 8. I guess we'll find out. Off of the reset, back to the line. Shot through traffic, tipped wide. Left side, they'll try and sweep it to the neutral zone. Took the hit to make the play, did Sutherland. And here come Illinois. Zemaitis around the outside. Zemaitis sends it to the middle, and it's stopped by Bigelow. Anderson reverses. Gabriel round and behind the cage. Comes away with it, Gabriel. Left wing side, hounded by Carpenter. Nice pass across as Zemaitis. Backhander off of the wall to Sutherland, then he shoots it off his teammate and they can't clear. Gabriel to the middle, backhand feed, and just out of the reach of his teammates, Swenson comes away with it off of the wall. Theo Falk in the area as Carpenter can't clear the zone. Carpenter the second try, just inside the blue line. Puck lands and is cleared down. Arm is up for icing, and it does not have the legs for it. So BWC and Illinois both able to come away with some fresh time. So yeah, there he is, Kenny Kim out on the ice once again. And that back of the jersey says 9. Here's the turnover in front of the goal. Ranieri able to shut it down. As Illinois giving some opportunities aplenty here the way of BWC. Down to 12 minutes left in this frame. Shot by Barker, tipped in front, rebound, and somehow that doesn't go in. Might have been shot wide, or might have been a great save by Ranieri lunging out with the glove. Only the replay will be able to tell us at our next stoppage. Left side, wrist shot into the glove of Ranieri. Well, let's see. Ranieri goes down, and it's sent wide of the goal. Good positioning on the rebound for the BWC player, but that one just doesn't go home. It goes wide of the post. Good effort by Ranieri just in case. Looks like they're going to try this one again at the near side. Still a 1-0 game in favor of Illinois. Off the draw, Illinois will use the window to send that down. Do they get lucky on the angle? Did not have the legs for icing. So here's Barker. Barker plays it far side. So yeah, my eyes aren't deceiving me. There's 2 number 9s out there on the ice for Illinois, as Chevrolet also has number 9 on the back of his jersey. I have to get a closer look at Chevrolet's arms to see if they say number 9 or if they say number 8. Maybe we'll get the chance here as he comes in on the forecheck. So no, Chevrolet's arms say number 9, and his number on the back of his jersey both say number 9. But Kenny Kim, pretty sure the arms of his jersey say number 8, so I think just part of the 8 fell off the back of his jersey. Here's a shot by Danielewicz, the save. As the left wing side for Ewell. Over it goes. Opposite side. Shots 15-14 in favor of BWC. Illinois up to Danielewicz. Gets through the wickets of the lines official. Out it goes. Out of the cage will come Ranieri as they reverse. Back to the near side. Physicality against the wall. Illinois looking to come away with it. Pair of 21s crisscross as the neutral zone now controlled, then given away. Simpson whiffed on the play up the boards. Right in front of the timekeeper, Kenzo Gibson comes away with it. Pass off to the right wing. Give and go. Paddle save there. And the rebound. They score! What a shot by Logan Chang. Into the top corner. And ties this game up at 1 apiece. Just over 10 minutes gone by in the second period, and we're right back square. Chang doesn't even take the time to load up, just tees off once he gets to it. Beautiful shot placed under the top bar. Now we reset from center with a 1-1 hockey game, courtesy of a snipe from Logan Chang. Found a long, juicy rebound at the outskirts of the circle, and he did not even drag that one through. He just one-teed it with a quick snapshot. Shot by Zemaitis high and wide. Here come BWC. Can they ride the adrenaline off of the tying goal from Chang? Gibson In on the forecheck, the captain of BWC. As they try and center, knocked away by the defense. Here's Gibson now. Gibson, centering feed. Ranieri shuts the door. Loose! Gets the glove to it. Another one. Here's Gibson. Takes the shot high and wide. As Illinois able to survive the flurry of opportunities courtesy of BWC. Multiple opportunities in a row, but just unable to capitalize thanks to the work of the Illinois netminder and crew. BWC certainly feeling it after getting that opening goal. Again, getting that first one can really take the monkey off of the back and just allow you to properly get into the flow of your game. Choking up on that stick a little less, calling for it, but the one-timer never got there in time. Illinois now, a chance at a 3-on-2. Defense in hot pursuit. Shot from distance, blockered away by Bigelow. Back in Illinois possession, in over the blue line. Runs into resistance there of Putacombe. Michael Putacombe of North Vancouver using the big frame to stop that advance over the blue line. Causes the offside. So Logan Chang, the equalizer right now, as BWC draw even at ones with Illinois. Puck works its way behind the BWC goal, gathered up by Putacombe. Putacombe dangles his way across the red, across the blue, left wing with pace. He'll dump it in and chase after it. Over to the opposite corner. Good forechecking there by Ethan Cartadanata. Back to the line, a wrister from distance, blockered away, loose puck towards the middle. Turn and fire, and that one goes over top of the goal. Centering pass, no good. Illinois able to knock it away. Tipped off the stick. Here's a chance with speed. Chevrolet into the forehand and put it wide. Illinois now with it on their own side of center. Zapala will drop back deep into his own zone. Chevrolet with the counterattack, just unable to tuck that one home on the forehand. Went wide as he tried to elevate it on the glove side. BWC as Bigelow comes out of the crease, slowing it up. Here's Sutherland, watched there by Swenson. Puck will work its way down to Illinois territory. We're 7:26 left to go in this second period. Tapped it back, keeping the speed going. Collision there at the center ice logo. Now Gibson gets around one man. Gibson holds to the backhand. Ranieri is there. Gibson with a fantastic rush up the middle. But Anthony Ranieri able to keep the door shut as Gibson stares him down, got to the backhand, but Ranieri read it well and slid across in time. Gibson going to take the draw here. Chang back at the line. As Illinois unable to control, Gibson will send it in behind the cage. Gathered down low. Sandwich there, BWC player taken down. Illinois looking to take advantage. They do. Here they come with numbers. Far wing. Illinois pull it through to the forehand. Take the shot. Blocker saved by Bigelow. Off the wall. Can BWC counter? Chang will knock it down. 2-on-2. To his right. Wrister, center of mass as Ranieri holds on. Lowther was with Chang on that rush, but Chang with the momentum on that play electing to take it himself. Lowther in the area for a potential rebound. Good work by Ranieri to not give him one. And we've seen what BWC can do with a juicy rebound as Logan Chang jumped on one at the left circle. And that's why we've got a tie game here at 1. Off of the face-off, challenge at the blue line. Goes in the favor of Illinois. A chance at a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Good shutdown by Putacombe around the outside. Now some numbers here the other way. Carpenter joining the rush. His two teammates to the middle. The one-timer, Ranieri the save! BWC, a counterattack 3-on-1 materializing out of nowhere. Carpenter feeds it to the middle, and Ryder Bowie gets all the one-timer, but Ranieri shuts the door tight. So Ryder Bowie going to stay out for the ensuing face-off draw. Excellent effort there by all involved as Ranieri keeping the door shut here, trying to snuff out this momentum that BWC are hoping to build. Backhander in behind the cage, thought it was going to bounce out in front, so Ranieri flashing the pad just to be safe. Simpson held the line, muscles it down the wall. An opportunity now as Harrison Close and company work it to the neutral zone. Tipped right back in. Illinois taken down. 22-16 the shots on goal as BWC looking to keep on pressing forward. Far side in over the line. Wrister into the glove of Bigelow, and he holds on for the face-off. Your score as we refresh the box score. Having a look at the summary. Kenny Kim and Logan Chang with your goals right now. Wyatt Lowther and Kenzo Gibson the assists on the Chang goal. And a rebound shot. There's a one-timer off of the draw. Bigelow the blocker save. Daniel Wicks couldn't get it around Kenzo Gibson. Gibson through, knocked away at the blue line by Illinois. Gibson in the attacking zone to the outside, carries in behind the goal, looking for a centering pass, goes to the line. Sutherland across, left side, loading up. Chang will play it down low. Gibson has it, far side corner for BWC. Back up high, chipped off of the wall. Illinois giving chase. Back for it, though, will be Chang. As Chang, after it, near side, curls onto the forehand. Has Sutherland, looks him off and passes up the middle. Finds Gibson. Played it over to the near side, but it was offside. Good thought on that play as he had Wyatt Lowther as the trailer. The product of Maple Ridge would have been in for a solid opportunity with Kenzo looking for a rebound or a tip at the crease. No dice, though, on that play. As Illinois and BWC locked at a 1-1 stalemate here with 5 minutes left in the second period. One back to Simpson. A D2D feed right wing side now. As they dump it in from distance, gets through to the netminder. Ranieri forced to cover up. Again, both Bigelow and Ranieri have had to make some solid saves in this game. I would give the netminding edge right now as far as the full amount of work and grade A opportunities. Ranieri's in the lead right now. And then again, both netminders have had solid work in this game. Backhand play into the corner. Illinois stepping forward, trying to get it out of the zone. Warnick holds it in. Wraps around the far side. Over to get it is Dylan Weinstein. Reverses to the near side, backing into it. Jesswain as they try and massage it out the near side half wall. Wrangle Jesswain as Warnick from one knee able to send it back in deep. Domas Zamaitis taken down. Tripping call upcoming here for BWC. So with 4:17 remaining here in this middle frame, Illinois have a chance. Try and get themselves a 1-goal lead back on the board. Their lone goal on the board right now, courtesy of a 4-on-4 solo effort by Kenny Kim. Broke it up at his own blue line and went off to the races. So the penalty kill crew will be Simpson, Carpenter, Putacombe, and right in on goal as Bigelow had to be careful with that one. Putacombe just tried to shovel it over towards him. Bowie, that fourth penalty killer. Gabriel held it at the line, tried to send it across, poked away. Bowie has a chance if he hurries, and it's poked away by Zamaitis. Offside, I think the call was going to be here, so they'll bring it back into the neutral zone. Pardon me, that was broken up by David Zapala, I should say, as opposed to Domas Zamaitis. 1:42 left on the power play. Fresh legs coming out here for BWC as they'll replace the forwards. Looks like we get Lima and Gibson. That one's fired off of Tamilty. Illinois get control. Gibson leading the charge on the forecheck there. He'll take it in behind the cage, holding on to it here. Leaving it off as Illinois start down the near wing. With pace, they gain the red. Little chip and chase off of the wall. Daniel Wicks in on it. Centering feed out the other side for Chevret. Back to the line. Gabriel to Chevret. Chevret. Wrister blockered away by Bigelow. Knocked down in front by Tamilty. Tamilty down on his knees, able to try and backhand that one through, and then Simpson took a hack to the back of the helmet as that puck will pop to the middle. Unable to pull that one through. Lima then took a high stick as Gibson, right wing, a chip and chase for the captain of BWC. Follows up, comes away with the puck. Out of the forehand he goes. That one just out of his reach, though, as it was poked away by the oncoming Illinois player. Lima dropping back. Sutherland and Chang out now defensively. Illinois, similar crew still out here, but not having a lot of success with getting set up so far. Chang down the left wing with speed. Nice move around the outside to the goal, and Ranieri gets across. Short-handed opportunity for Logan Chang. He goes coast to coast and finishes it off with a nice forehand move. But Ranieri gets across and says, no, not today, sir. There's Chang. He starts off wide. And a great move to cut across the goal mouth, but he knew exactly where Chang was going, so Ranieri is able to meet him at the back post. Nice move in front and a pad save by Ranieri. Here's Sutherland from the line, tipped, and a pad save again by Ranieri. Lots of work for that young man in this opening game for Illinois. Taken down, coming across the line, and that will do it for the final 11 seconds on the power play. We get more 4-on-4 hockey. This could bode well for Illinois, though, if they send Kenny Kim out onto the ice. That's when he scored the lone Illinois goal of the game, was at 4-on-4. As who do we have here to start out? It will be Rangel Jeswain. There he is, Kenny Kim, coming away with the 4-on-4 goal. Last time this happened, so they're just going to go with what works, I suppose. Far side it'll go. 5 seconds left before we get the power play opportunity here for BWC. Tried to play it to the middle. And here we are, back to 5-on-4 in favor of BWC. Right wing to center point. Left side working their way in. Gibson shoots, paddled away by Ranieri. Back to the line, kicked it across, and it just comes out of the zone. As Chang, then gloved down by Lima. Lima. Offside as they worked into the zone. 1:23 left to go on the power play. 1:51 left in this period. So Illinois unable to generate a lot of momentum with their power play. In fact, I would argue that was more of a benefit to BWC as they were able to generate more free-flowing offense with that one less body out on the ice. Of course, we saw the break from Logan Chang as well. A solid penalty kill can always be a momentum booster. As Lima in on that left wing, pardon me, the right wing, I should say, far side from our perspective. Back to Chang, across left side. Gibson to Chang. Under pressure, high in the zone. Gibson centering pass, broken up by Illinois. Pass ahead, banks off of the wall. In after it goes Gabriel. As Tamilty is going to come away with a penalty here. He got a slashing call. 54 seconds left in the initial penalty. So now we've got 5-on-4. 5-on-3, I should say, for another 54 seconds. That's where I meant to say. As BWC not going to have a lot of time here to wait. They get sent out with their 5 players as they get Bowie, Gibson, Chang, Lima, and Lowther. Off the draw, back to the line. Gibson keeps it alive. Over to Lima, right wing side. Back it goes to the line. Gibson across left wing. Gibson down low to Lowther, up to Gibson, across to Chang. Nobody home. Still 40 seconds in the 5-on-3 power play. Down low, broken up in front as Illinois will send it the length of the ice. Bigelow will settle it down. 30 seconds in the 5-on-3. Lima snaps it ahead to Gibson. Broken up again, but not for long as Lima comes away with the puck. Lima down low and behind the goal, out the far side. Played it off of the wall. Lowther to Chang. Across left side for Gibson. Rolled off his stick, gets it right back. Give and go, Gibson. Back it goes. Chang lets it go off the blocker of Ranieri. Back it goes to Chang. 5-on-3 over. Gibson lets it go off the crossbar. As Gibson got all of that wrist shot from the left circle, there's a brand new dent in that red painted steel. 1:02 left on the power play as Gibson uses the screen of Zapala to take that shot from the circle. And you could hear that from all around Devon. Back it goes. Chang, nice pivot. One-time feed mistriggered by Gibson. Down low, Bowie in behind the cage. Bowie to Lima. Lima, over it goes. Chang down low. In behind the cage, Bowie with it. Out to the corner, up to Lima. 40 seconds on the power play for BWC. Battle going on in front of the goal, but that will do it for the second period. Still 38 seconds will carry over into period number 3. So the power play, an opportunity for BWC to try and kick off the third with a bang. If they can come away with the man advantage and the conversion. We saw that in the last game as Edge were able to score on the power play within that first minute of the third period, as Dufour was able to score and make that one a Edge advantage where they never looked back after that. Ian Wilson with you on behalf of the incredible broadcast crew of Trickshot Sports Production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us here wherever you find us from as we bring you all the best of the U15 Elite Canadian Crown. We got a good one on our hands here for our third game of Thursday as BWC, it has been a wonderful showcase here in their second game of the day against Illinois. Illinois also was supposed to have been in their second game of the day, but of course a couple of travel delays with their flights made it so that their first game today needed to be rescheduled to tomorrow night over on Zender Rink, 7:30 local time here in Devon, which is Mountain Standard Time. So be sure to stay tuned for that one, especially those Illinois fans, I'm sure, now going to be tuning in from back east, a couple extra hours ahead. But as we turn our attention to this game right here and right now, one goal traded either way here in this second period, so we finish 40 minutes the same way we started the game, with a tie. So you can wipe the slate clean and look at which team is going to win this upcoming third period. And who knows, maybe we'll need even a little bit extra in a game that has been so back and forth. The chess match continues with both sides bringing out some of their best moves in that middle frame. We saw relentless pressure from BWC on the counterattack and with their in-zone pressure time. One thing that Burnaby Winter Club have excelled at in this game has been their opportunities to keep multiple possessions in a row in the attacking zone. Now, near the end of the period, that was something that was slightly cleaned up by Illinois, but it is definitely one thing that they will need to key in on upcoming in this third period, as BWC as a puck possession team have been deadly, and if they can continue to find success in that regard, Illinois may have a tough time in this next frame. What they have success with for Illinois is that rush game. They have had a lot of pressure when they're moving the puck north to south and getting bodies down ice. Again, Bigelow has not had a lot of great A's come his way in this game, but of course we saw what happened when Kenny Kim used his feet, knocked the puck away at the line, and went off to the races. They almost had another one for the other number 9 on this Illinois squad. Again, I don't know whether it's an equipment malfunction or what, but Kim and Chevrolet Both have a large number 9 on the back of their jersey. Whether Kim's number 8 had a piece fall off, I'm not entirely sure. But we have Kenny Kim, who's listed as number 8 but wearing a 9, and Chevret, who's listed as 9, wearing a 9. But again, both of them coming away with some great opportunities. Unfortunately for Chevret, his opportunity goes just a little bit wide. If they can keep finding those chances to counterattack, their defense has looked great, and guys like Zamaitis, Zapala, and the crew just being able to jump into the rush has been a way for Illinois to find exceptional results here in that second period. We're going to throw to another one of our fantastic interviews, so do not change that dial. The intermission show and, of course, the Canadian Crown U15 Elite rolls along.
How's it going, Canadian Crown fans? Ian Wilson alongside Dan Tenser, the Director of Scouting for the Saskatoon Blades in the WHL. Dan, thank you very much for taking the time to have a quick conversation ahead of this big tournament.
Ian, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Just start us off with telling us, what is it about these tournaments that are so special and exciting for scouts to come out and see these players?
Well, it's an opportunity to see best on best. I mean, you get a collection of talent that it's hard to find in individual weekends. So there are probably, I would say, 5 throughout the year that we make it a priority to have a significant chunk of our staff attend. And the Crown, of course, is one of them. Not only do we see a contingent of Canadian talent, which is, exceptional with the variety of teams that they have attending, but also American talent, which has become, of course, with the rule changes, much more important to be able to see. So it's a fantastic opportunity for us to see some of the American teams come up to us and get an opportunity to see them play the Canadian teams head to head. And it's a fantastic evaluation. And especially, I would say, given the point of the season that we're at, it's almost the midway point, if you can believe it already. So it's a really nice sort of midway marker to see some of the progression. Maybe there's guys that you haven't seen since September, October. You get a chance to see them in the early to mid part of December and track some progress that way.
And especially in a bit of a high-stakes environment, too. Obviously, the Canadian Crown just for the bragging rights, but it's a unique environment to get to see these players go through, as you mentioned, best on best and high-quality competition.
Yeah, there's no question. I mean, in league play, there will be individual games where, you can have a back-to-back and have a sort of a manageable weekend, I guess. A lot of the teams that play in tournaments of this caliber will feel that way. They'll be the strongest teams in their league. They'll have winning records in the 600 to 850 winning percentage sort of thing. They come to an event like this, and it's not like that. The pressure's on right from the start with the way the seeding works. You lose a game, it becomes dicey. You lose 2 games and you're pretty much done. You lose a game at the wrong time and it's an opportunity to win the tournament taken away from you. So there's no question that, again, I would say probably 5 times a year you get an event of this caliber. The teams come in right off the bat, dialed in for, and you get to see guys step up to the moment or not.
What are some of the things that the Blades, and I mean scouts in general, look at for players maybe beyond the raw skill? Obviously, we know that raw skill is going to take you a long way, but with tournaments like this, you guys get to see a lot of these players both on the ice and off of the ice. What are some of the things that you guys are looking for?
Yeah, I think the most important thing that I would say is to that point about raw skill. Very little of what we look at is point totals. So if you come into a tournament weekend like this and think, okay, I'm going to lead it in scoring, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's probably a pretty good indicator that you're a great player, but the points aren't everything. So you're right, the raw skill can take you a long way, but the additional things that we look at, skating ability is right at the top of the list. The game is getting faster. You can't bury guys anymore. You can't hide them. You've got to be able to skate to play the game. And part of skating is moving your feet. So that work ethic, that motor, that consistency, we're looking for guys that bring it every shift. And I break it down like this. If you're in the Western Hockey League and you're a point-a-game player, that means you get 68 points a season. So that means you're getting 1 point a game. And if you're that good of a player, you're probably getting somewhere between 20 and 25 shifts a game. So that means, let's just round it down. You've got 19 shifts a game every night. You're a top 10% player in the league, but 19 shifts every night, you're not getting a point. So what are you doing on those shifts? How are you helping your team win? How are you pushing the pace? How are you creating? How are you defending? What's your work ethic like? Those are the moments that we're looking at, is over and above those instances where you do produce. What other parts of the game are you bringing to the table? How are you helping your team build momentum through the game in the shifts where you don't score?
That's super valuable insight. We really appreciate that. Last thing, just give us a bit of a message or just some final words ahead of this big tournament.
I think again we're excited as a staff to watch it. I mean the tournament last year was exceptional. I mean high quality hockey games. Probably 3 or 4 of the 10 best hockey games I saw all last year were at this tournament. I'm looking forward to seeing that again. So again, for these players, I think come into this not only dialed in to win, but I like to build the pressure. I don't like to downplay it. There will be teams like us, for instance, will have 7 scouts there. If you multiplied that by every Western League team and whoever else is coming to watch, you've got in 150 scouts plus at this tournament probably watching. There are eyes on you. Pressure is a privilege. It comes with the territory. It's going to be with you your entire career. So get amped for it. Get dialed up for it. Come ready to meet the moment. And we look forward to watching everybody play.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Dan, for taking the time, and we look forward to seeing you and your staff at the Crown.
It's going to be a great time. Thanks for having me again.
Welcome back inside Dale Fisher Rink here at the GFL Twin Arenas in beautiful Devon, Alberta. It's the home of NAX and the Devon Extreme. As we welcome you in, Ian Wilson with the call on behalf of the incredible broadcast crew of Trick Shot Sports Production that does not miss. The opportunity to share in this game with you is not an honor we take lightly. Happy to have you with us wherever you find us from. BWC and Illinois, as the Burnaby Winter Club unable to capitalize on their brief power play to kick off this third period. It is a 1-1 hockey game through 40 minutes, and the penultimate period of regulation is upon us to see if we can find out who will be declared our winner. Zamaitis overskates it. Lima in on the forecheck as BWC continue to try and keep their puck-holding abilities at the forefront. They had a lot of multiple chained offensive zone opportunities, especially in that first period down here at this end of the rink. Left wing feed as the shot tried to make it through to the goal, no good. Putacombe, far side, sends it off of the wall as BWC, a backhander off of the boards. An opportunity now for Illinois. In behind the defense, right wing side, wrister, Bigelow the save. As BWC will use the wall, send that one out the other direction. They'll say that he could have touched it, so icing was waved off. Freeman will chip it off of the wall. Theo Falk intercepts. Falk under pressure by Zapala and Gabriel. As Falk utilizing that big frame. Down was Warnick, but still able to use the stick to try and knock that one free. Falk reaching for it, will chase after it to the near side. Falk, as Freeman unable to keep that one alive, it goes back into the zone. Helped out far side. Swenson reaching for it, grabs onto his man, hauls him down. BWC keep control of the puck. Far side, Burnaby Winter Club into the attacking zone, poked away. Still battling down low with it. Warnick will pull it out of the pile to the far side. Send over the boards, held in by Simpson. Sent down low, gathered up. BWC around and behind the cage near side for Nelson. As the stick exploded of Freeman, he will hang around in front of the goal. Now he'll head off towards getting a fresh change and set of legs out on the ice. BWC working his way forwards to the outside. Lima, nice move, still had the puck, shoveled it towards the goal. Where is it? Ranieri thought it was beneath him, but it is safely in the hands of his teammates. Chip and chase there for Illinois as it goes right in on the netminder, and he'll hold on for safekeeping, but Ranieri wasn't quite sure where that puck had gone after it was shoveled in towards him at the goal. Did about everything he could to try and make sure that one wouldn't have trickled underneath him in across the goal line. As Ramsey picks up the pieces of Freeman's stick and delivers it back to the bench, he'll now head to join the rest of the fray down at the far end of the ice. Face-off draw, chipped off of the wall as they play it against the far side boards. Nice move around the outside. Kenzo Gibson, a snapshot off of the pads. Follows up on the rebound, chipped it low. Ramsey intercepts. Ramsey flips it forward, left wing side to Milty. They try and chip it to the line. Right wing side now off of the skate. Absorbs the contact, but actually gets the better of it in that case. As Rangel Jeswain out there on that forechecking crew forces the icing downwind as it'll go back to the opposite end of the rink. 30-20 the shots on goal now as BWC continue to pepper Mr. Anthony Ranieri. But bending but not breaking Illinois right now. And we'll see where the opportunities lie as the period rolls along. BWC will flip it up the middle, tried to kick it forwards. A chance on the far side for Lima. Tried to cut back to the forehand, barging his way through, centering pass. Knocked away by Zamaitis, shot from the line, tipped wide near side. Following up as Gibson plays it in behind the goal, centering feed, swept away from Lowther. Kim took the hit to make the play. Gibson intercepted, put it back in the hands of his defense. Gets it back on the give and go. Gibson, nice work to the goal. Stopped by Ranieri. Little inside-outside move for Kenzo Gibson. Able to finally get that puck on goal as one of the prides of North Vancouver, BC. Going to work here in this game. So BWC, Bowie going to take the draw. Carpenter gets it on the win by Bowie, sends it back to the line. Sutherland's shot tipped wide. Ewell onto it, sends it in behind the cage out the near side. Following up was Gabriel. Now close, played it to the middle. Here's Gabriel working his way forwards. Left wing side in, takes it in behind the goal. Centering pass, just missed the outstretched stick of Harrison Close. As Zapala lost it. Here's a shot by Ewell, goes wide. Sutherland pinching in, had Daniel Wicks heading right at him, was able to keep it alive on the near side wall. They'll play it forwards as BWC sends it off the skates. It'll come around and behind the cage. As Freeman, left wing side for Zapala, to the right wing for Gabriel. Gabriel working his way forwards, cuts to the middle, poked away by the defense, stopped up by Chang. He'll play it off of the boards as intercepted there by Ramsey. Plays it on the blue line, shot it right in on Ranieri. As Ranieri drops it down to the ice. Now Ramsey from left to right. Followed up is Harrison Close. Chipped off of the boards. Here come BWC. BWC to the middle. Here's Simpson. Wrister whistled wide. Nelson following up with Carta Donata. Another shot from the line that tagged Nelson on the way through. Puck knocked down. Ramsey skates forward onto it far side, looking to get around Putacombe. Daniel Wicks and Ramsey in deep, applying pressure. A nice heavy check against the end boards. Far wing. Here's a chance for Theo Falk. Takes the shot. Chest protector save for Anthony Ranieri. There's Falk. A nice pass sends him on that right wing. Able to get the wrister on his strong side. Opportunity now for BWC in the attacking zone. Just under 14 minutes left in the third period. Gibson going to take a draw in between Lowther and Lima. Back to the line for Barker. Knocked away. Gibson tried to win it back. Just out to the neutral zone as Chang dumped it back in. As Cloherty in behind the goal and out the near side. Snapped off of the wall and out it goes. BWC off the end boards, around and behind the cage as Cloherty far side. Tried to chip it through. BWC a backhander far side. Gibson centering pass. Lowther kicked it from his skate but couldn't get it on his stick as Ranieri is able to cover up. Some good looks here from BWC as they continue to apply pressure on Illinois in this third period. Not quite enough to break through, but you can feel it coming here if Illinois can't find a way to send more opportunities out the other direction. It's been a little bit of a holding pattern defensively for Illinois in the second half of this contest. Sutherland, little stop and go action alongside Logan Chang. Pass ahead. Finds the stick of the captain, Gibson. Gibson to the forehand, far side. Gets it, centers it, knocked away out of the path of Lima. Weinstein, left wing side for Jess Wayne. Shot into the glove of Bigelow. No rebound in sight. As nearly a conversation on that far side. The officials acting quickly to steer everybody's ire the opposite direction. Canadian Crown raging on here. Third period of this contest, and then we've got one more here at the end of the day as UCC will take on St. Albert. Swing and a miss by Jess Wayne. Tried to find that off of the draw. Couldn't get the handle. BWC marching their way forward. Puck will ricochet near side. Warnick at the near circle, going right at Freeman. Wins it back towards the top of the dot for Stacy. Here's Warnick again. Cycles it down low. Carpenter after it. As that puck will be up onto the window, but stay alive here. Pass banked off the near side wall in between the benches as BWC throw it off of the wall, down ice once again. Icing was waved off. Down to 12 and spare change left in this third period. Warnick reversed, couldn't get it past his man. There was Cloherty. Coming in to help out down low, far side. Good effort there by Julian Nelson. Chevrolet in the area. Pinching in was Putacombe. He'll play it in deep once again, not allowing Illinois to escape the zone. Knocking it down, far side, BWC around and behind the cage, near side, played it, banked it off of the wall. Weinstein turned, fired, held in by Nelson. Nelson shot, tipped by Bowie, save, loose puck, paddled away by Ranieri. Down the ice it goes, icing was waved off. So settling it down there just outside the cage, BWC. Play it to the opposite corner, pass ahead. Out of the reach of Bowie and company, they'll say that icing was waved off. Ewell in that corner as Bowie now will bring it to the near side. Bowie played it to the line, a one-timer to the opposite corner. Coming across was Kim looking to knock it out of the zone. Pinching in, Nelson. Stick lift, comes away with it to his forehand. Wrister high and wide. Near side in the corner, Nelson to the line, held in again by Barker. Bowie chasing after it. Kim will chip it off of the boards, and that heads down the other direction, but it will be iced, so not a lot of reprieve for Illinois here. 10:50 left to go in this third period. Still a 1-1 game. After Kenny Kim scored a breakaway on the 4-on-4, BWC able to answer back, courtesy of Logan Chang, as he comes away with a pretty goal up in the top corner. That is still where we stand, dead even at 1 goal apiece. Who will be the next to make the red lamp light? Gibson dangling his way in, dumped it in off of Domas Zamaitis. Zamaitis, he'll shoot that one off of the netting, far side. And so Illinois will be continually hemmed into their zone. They do get the change here as that one had ramped up out of play. Shattuck St. Mary's and CIHA 5-1 the score currently over on the other side. As this game still deadlocked at 1 apiece. Off the draw, Lowther to the far side as they'll bank it down low to Lima. Centering pass, Zamaitis had it in the skates, he'll knock it away. Daniel Wicks to Tamilty. Chasing after it, Barker on the back skate comes away with it. Looking ahead, Barker snap feed, finds Lowther. Left side to right for Lima, back to the middle to Lowther, stopped by Ranieri. Off the window and out of the reach of Chang, down the ice it goes. Icing is waved off, did not have the legs to make it there. As Lowther sets it up for Gibson. Gibson poked away by Zapala. Gibson tried to turn the corner there, couldn't do it. A backhander in front. Gibson tied up by Daniel Wicks. Down low near side for Lowther to the middle. Gibson snapshot blocked by Daniel Wicks again. Some key moments there for Illinois, where again they get bodies and sticks in the shooting lanes. So despite BWC having 35 shots on the board right now, it definitely could be a higher number. Both in the shot department and the goal department, if they hadn't sacrificed the body and gotten in front of some of these chances that have been sent their way. BWC waved out, they took too long. So Theo Falk will come in to go up against Tamilty. Carta Donata wins it to the line, gets it right back on the half wall. Pass off the end boards and behind the cage for Falk. As Zapala looking to take it away from him. BWC with a fresh leg, centering pass, knocked away by Zamaitis in front. Pinching in was Putacombe, and that will find the window, the netting, and a stoppage of play. So an opportunity for Illinois to get the fresh skates out on the ice. Neither team showing signs of slowing down here. Illinois getting their first introduction into the U15 Elite Canadian Crown here today, while BWC, their second contest of the day, they played back at 9:30 this morning over at Zender Rink. One-timer kicked out by Ranieri. Falk knocks it down. Rister, another save by Ranieri. As Falk got a load of two big opportunities from the high slot, but Ranieri reacting in time with the pad. Knocked forward by Cartadanata and offside, so they'll have to tag up. Carpenter and Falk head back to the neutral zone. Cloherty looking to work their way forwards, just dumps it into the attacking zone. Far side, Patrick Anderson following up. Carpenter will send it in behind the cage. It'll wrap around to the near side. Down it goes. Illinois on their own side of center. Chip it forwards as it's poked there by Swenson. BWC picked off by Anderson. Anderson takes a shot. It's tipped up over top of the goal. Far side corner. Swenson going after it. Pardon me, it was Freeman going after it. Pinching in. They hold it onside. Chipped forward as Illinois, again in their own zone. They throw it up. Chevrolet finds his man far side. Swenson turn and fire opposite corner. BWC in their own end just throw it towards the bench and try and catch Illinois with too many men. As Zamaitis in behind the cage. Zamaitis looking to break away from Gibson. Dangles his way up the middle. Still comes up with the puck in behind the defense. Simpson was there but unable to play it. Now reversed back down low as Simpson and Chang out here on the defensive side as Bowie calling for it desperately at the opposite blue line. He gets it and he'll chip it forwards. After it goes Ewell. Near side was Gibson looking to chip it back up the line. Gabriel steps all over it. They'll try and cut to the middle. Bowie knocks it away on the back check. Ewell in the area as well, going up against Ramsey. Shielding the puck was Bowie, got it away from Jesswain. Here's Gibson, a glove save by Ranieri. Gibson came away with that bouncing puck in the slow slot, but he can't beat Anthony Ranieri. Ramsey took the hit to make the play. As that puck will bounce around inside BWC territory, and then Bowie was unable to make it. He might have been hurt on that play. Gingerly got off of the ice there. Illinois now in behind the goal. Backhander to the far side. Illinois. Curl to the forehand. Jesswain sends it ahead right wing side. Nice dangle to the backhand. And then Zamaitis sends it in and heads off on the change. Illinois looking for fresh bodies. Good pressure though on the forecheck, not allowing BWC to get comfortable with 6:18 left in the third. Pass ahead. Hits a couple of sticks, goes to Illinois. Tamilty feeds the right wing, over the red, over the blue. Back through, Tamilty, a wrister, puts it over top of the goal. Comes out to the red line as Warnick, a backhander, gets it into the attacking zone. Across it goes to Abraham. Misplayed, Lowther to the middle. BWC and Illinois bump, and Tamilty comes away with the puck. Backhand chip and chase, trying to get around the outside of Barker. Around the near side, it was tipped out to neutral ice as they'll shove a man down. Gibson loading, shooting, and scores! Kenzo Gibson muscles his man off of the puck and makes a deposit in the top half of the goal. Some highway robbery from Captain Burnaby. Steals the puck straight from a player and snipes it into the top corner. No stopping Kenzo on that one. As BWC have taken the lead here in the late stages of the third period, as Kenzo Gibson, can he find another here? Passes off, wrister off the post, and a swing and a miss on the rebound at the near circle. Lima goes down, and the penalty called on the play as it'll go back in the middle, and a tripping call coming here. I'm not so sure about that one. as it looked more like Lima had just kind of tried to turn the corner and blew a tire on the play. But nonetheless, the arm goes up, and this is going to be an extremely important penalty kill for Illinois. Late stages of the contest, this is where you dig in and build your momentum. Zamaitis, Tamilty, Ramsey, and Gabriel out against Lima, Chang, Falk, Sutherland, and Carta Donata. A ricochet off the back wall. Can they capitalize? Sutherland scores! BWC capitalize. A ricochet off of the end glass ends up on a silver platter for Sutherland. He'll rip one from the high zone. It goes off the equipment of Ranieri, and it makes its way to the back of the goal. What a turn of events here. You've got to be good to be lucky, and lucky to be good, as that puck bounces off the end glass, goes right up the middle of the zone, and Sutherland will let it rip from distance. Right side, wrist shot through traffic as it's knocked down. The backhander paddled away, ends up on the far side. BWC looking to march their way down the other direction. A little bit of pushing and shoving there against the boards. Heavy battle in the scrum comes BWC's way. Burnaby Winter Club trying to muscle that one forward into the zone. Heavy hit there. Took his man down to the far side wing. Gabriel into the zone to the backhand. Felled. And a penalty coming here. As Illinois got to be careful there. A swing of the stick could change the complexion as the power play coming their direction, and they desperately need one here. So we'll see Gabriel cutting to the middle. Hauled down as he tried to get to the front of the goal. And so as a result, Illinois are on the man advantage. They send out Kim close. Swenson, Zapala, and on that right wing side, that will be Rangel Jeswain. Back to the line it goes. Zapala off of the boards, down left wing side. Sharp angle feed, tried to find a tip in front with Jeswain. Held in as BWC, couple of banks off of the boards. Here's Kenzo Gibson. Gibson tries to dangle to the backhand, carries across near side. Gibson, as BWC just going to play keep away here. Content to run time down as they've got the 2-goal lead with 3:45 left. Stretch pass for Gibson, and again the keep away comes here, but now he'll turn his attention down ice. Didn't like what he saw, pulls it back out as Burnaby Winter Club continue to hold on to that puck. Off of the far side wall, following up was Lima. Kim took the hit to make the play. Jeswain got it into the attacking zone. They'll play it in behind the cage. Putacombe. Little pass off of the boards. Gibson looking up ice. Sends that one down. 50 seconds left to go on the man advantage as Illinois finally come away with this puck. So Gabriel is going to wheel on the right wing side. Gets around one man, cuts to the middle. Gabriel with speed. Here's the shot, whistles wide. At the right point, held in by Daniel Wicks. Turn and fire as it goes off of Gabriel, but still forces them to recuperate in the neutral zone. Domas Zamaitis. Nice drag move, gets into the attacking end. Zamaitis in behind the cage. Pass off. As Illinois now, 14 seconds on the power play. Tipped in front and goes high over top of the goal. Contact against that far side wall. Rowan Stacy out for a penalty kill shift. as that one sent onto the netting out of play. Down to 2:15 remaining. And a 2-goal lead as Burnaby Winter Club. 2 goals in the late stages, Kenzo Gibson and Matthew Sutherland. That is the difference maker right now. As 1 second put back up on the penalty clock. Shots getting closer and closer to being doubled up here at 40-22. Face off, far side from our perspective. Still a 2-goal lead. Illinois are going to have the advantage in the attacking zone, although very soon their teammate will come out to rejoin. So Chang back out on the ice. 5-on-5. As we shall see how this game comes to a conclusion. Ranieri the save. And a penalty coming here against Illinois. As Rangel Jeswain going to head to the sin bin. It is going to be a hooking call. And that may just do it for the hopes of Illinois in this game as BWC look to rebound in a big way as they came away with the 7-2 loss at the hands of Shattuck earlier today. BWC to Lowther, near side. Across it goes, far wing. Down low to the middle, one-timer. Ranieri the save, and he holds on. So still a minute 48 left to go on the man advantage. Can they find the dagger? They've already got the 2-goal advantage. Comfortably in the lead right now, or BWC. Lowther to the line and across. Putacombe, though, had to back up, had to be careful with it, waved the magic wand, and was able to steer the defender away. All the way down to Bigelow, far side of the ice. Putacombe will settle it in behind the cage. Out there alongside Bowie and company. Reversed to the opposite side by Carpenter. Into the zone was Gibson. Following up as Illinois. They're going to have to swing for the fences here if they want to try and find any kind of equalizer. A minute 10 left. 2-goal lead here in the third. Pass played as BWC enter the zone. Carpenter drops it back. Good push by Lima. Lima in behind the cage, pass out, Gibson loads, fires, that's off of the netting and up out of play. Once again, Illinois doing a great job of clogging up those shooting lanes as you don't want to give guys like Lima, like Logan Chang, like Kenzo Gibson, all of these shooters that have found comfort in that mid to long range wrist shot. They know how to dial it in. Chang, far side Sutherland. He's got a goal here in this third period. As Gabriel able to knock it down. Gabriel cuts to the middle, pushes to the forehand, broken up by a good stick of Logan Chang. Down to the final 40 seconds here in this third period. Be sure to stay tuned after the contest. We'll have our players of the game as well as the hustle and heart selections. Tamilty feeds it across. Here's Zamaitis, and it goes off the crossbar, it sounded like. Chipped off of the boards, played towards the goal, loose in front as Bigelow gets down on top of it. 17.8 remaining as coming up after this. One final game here today as we have the opportunity to see once again UCC take on St. Albert. Off the draw, BWC with possession, and that will very likely do it. Played it to the middle, last-ditch opportunity, just out of the reach of Warnick. 5 seconds remaining. Stacy tried to tuck it in near side as the final whistle will go. Your final score, 3-1, as BWC will take down Illinois. A very solid contest between these two teams, as Illinois getting their first taste of the Canadian crown for this U15 Elite Tournament here in December 2025. BWC, their second game of the day, they bounce back big time, dropping a 7-2 decision to Shattuck St. Mary's this morning. They come back out here this evening at Dale Fisher, and they take care of business against a tough Illinois squad. And how about Anthony Ranieri as a 39-save performance for number 32? Kept his team in this game through and through and had a lot of fantastic saves. Big opportunities to showcase his worth in this one and give his team the opportunity to try and come away the victors. They just needed a little bit more goal scoring to support the net minding that he was providing them on the back end. So we're going to have the players of the game selection as well as our hustle and heart. So at this U15 Canadian Crown, there will be a hustle and heart award given out to both teams, as well as the player of the game for both sides. So 4 players total from each game recognized here at the Crown. The players will make their way out to the respective blue lines, and the officials will grab the hustle and heart as well as the player of the game recommendations and bring it across to our presenter at the penalty box. Of course, the handshake line already done and gone, and you always love to see that excellent show of sportsmanship, as no matter what, there's always going to be bad blood and rivalry in any contest you come across, but at the end of the day, the ability for these players to still go out there and showcase the ultimate show of sportsmanship, it is a fantastic sight to behold. So Kenzo Gibson, looking like they're coming away with the player of the game honors for BWC, indeed. And on the side of Illinois, it will be Zylas Gabriel. Heart and Hustle Award goes to Logan Chang. Another very deserving choice. And Kenny Kim is going to come away with the Hustle and Heart Award on the side of Illinois. So again, Zylas Gabriel and Kenny Kim coming away with the awards on the side of Illinois. And for BWC, it is the captaincy group. You've got Logan Chang and Kenzo Gibson. Gibson, the player of the game, and Chang, the Hustle and Heart Award. So congratulations to BWC coming away with a victory, bouncing back here in their second game here on Thursday. And Illinois dropping their first decision, but they will now have a chance tomorrow to try and right those wrongs and come away with a bounce back here at the Canadian Crown. That'll do it for this contest here. Our third game of 4 here on Thursday. We got one more coming up here at Dale Fisher Rink, GFL Twin Arenas in beautiful Devon, Alberta. Ian Wilson with the call. On behalf of the wonderful broadcast crew of Trick Shot, sports production that does not miss. Happy to have you with us. And if you're sticking around for the final game, we'll see you soon. If not, do us a favor. Be the best version of yourself. Be safe, be well, and we'll talk to you soon.